Hey everyone. Why did that sound just suddenly stopped? I don't know why. I am live, right? I think so. I think I am. All right. Hey everyone, how are ya? I'm starting a little late tonight. Later than I planned on anyways. I wanted to say though that I don't need these in right yet. I'm using StreamYard tonight just because I'm going to be streaming something just to make it easier, and I didn't really have time to set up OBS because I'm working on something else. I'm working on something big. In fact, I would be starting it tonight, but I promised someone else I'd do it with her. So hopefully this week though, tomorrow or the next day. It's big though. It's big. Like I can't believe I didn't do this sooner. Like fucking it. Whatever. Anyways, how is everyone? Hey, Autistic Show. Hi, Steffi. Hi, Mousy Files. Hey, Megan. Hi, Lily. Hey, the crazy lady. Hey, Heather. That hi guy. Howdy to you. Kathy Ann. Hey, Kara. Lisa, just Lisa. Brandon, what's up? Long time no see. Sue Elliott. I am good. I am very good today. I had 2 days off. Again, I had improv tonight. So it's a good day. I dyed my hair. Finally. I'm enjoying the cocktail. First time in quite a while, actually. So yeah, basically I just want to go over real quick, like the hypocrisy of nonsense. Like, why are we even still talking about this shit? Like, why are we still talking about Vaughn? Like, for real. Like, nothing against Vaughn or anything like that. But I mean, the whole family, I think, can definitely continue on without any of the help of social media. So why is social media still talking about this? Why was nonsense requesting this report and then going over it with, I don't even know. It's ridiculous. Have you been watching the police camp video Molly's playing? No, I have not. I have no desire to see that. I'm good. I don't even care to know. I don't even care to have been updated today on this shit with the report or whatever. Like I mean, I'm no law expert by any means or investigative expert, but even I knew that Dre wasn't to blame for any shit. I didn't need to hear this and being read off in a report on fucking nonsense stream. I knew this right from the get-go and said as much. So I don't even really need to be updated at all, but because nonsense can't shut up about it as usual, here we are talking about it. I have no idea what you're talking about, Kathy Ann. I'm sorry. It sounds like someone has cancer, and I'm so sorry to hear that. It's great that he qualifies for a transplant, though. Something interesting, though, about liver transplants. I didn't know this until like I was an adult, which is maybe I shouldn't be admitting this, but our liver regenerates. Like I didn't know that. Like you don't have to transplant like an entire liver. Like you just transplant nodes and then it like grows into a liver. It's crazy. Like why can't our other organs do that? You know? Everyone is talking about it, and I got so upset that I shut down Comp and tweeted. I shut down Camp and tweet. Okay. I think that was meant toward me. I haven't really been on Twitter or anything. Honestly, I spent all day today doing like research and taking notes. And I have to go through like a total of like 4 very long videos, and I'm like halfway through one. I like to finish it. I'm not gonna finish it tonight, but yeah, I can't believe that this shit even happened. Not that what I was watching today. It's gonna blow your mind. Anyway, Let me check Twitter though. I do have a couple messages. Oh, Annie never got back. Yeah, I see. I will definitely go over this loosely. I'm not gonna play any body cam photo or video. I don't care to see it. I don't care to hear the pain and the terror and the heartache in anyone's voice either. I mean, I'm sorry. I feel for this family. I do, and I care. But it's not my business and so much. Like, I mean, I want to be updated just because I'm invested in it to some degree, but that's about it. Like, I don't need to know detail. I don't know. It's so sad as it is. I don't feel like I need to make it worse. I don't know. It's not to say other people can or should, whatever. I mean, people make their own decisions. I don't know. Like, I feel like if Dre just never gave either parent a hard time about seeing Vaughn, then none of us would know about this. You know, like, I don't even think we should like know about this. And nonsense, of course, is making sure we know all about it still. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go over some of it. Like, I'm gonna play like nonsense a stream from earlier. I'm not gonna show it because she has the report up and screen the entire time because of course she does. She wants to sit there and say it's none of our business. It's no one's business. No one's entitled to this information. But here, let me put it up on screen for everyone to see for an entire hour straight. Yeah, like fucking. Oh my god, it's the hypocrisy for me. Seriously. Have you noticed that the drama has become content for some reason? Well, yeah, I mean, drama is always content. Yeah. I'm so excited about this thing I'm working on. I want to fucking go over it tonight, but I promised I wouldn't. Damn you, Tina. But what happened today that brought it up? Well, according to Nonsense, what she said in her stream was that Molly and them have failed to update their viewers on the conclusion of the investigation. So therefore, they laid this responsibility on Nonsense. So therefore, they filed for a copy of the report. They got it the other day. So now they're going over it in large part. So people know the truth. Like, it's literally, like, I shit you not. That's why it's being brought up. That's why it's being talked about. I'm thinking she needed content for a fucking day. I don't know. I thought it was done, and I have been confused. Yeah, exactly. I thought it was done too. Like, I know that there's rumor, whatever, that the police were still like they reopened it or still under investigation or some shit like that. I don't know. See, and the thing is that you're gonna hear Nonsense go throughout her stream, and she's blaming everything on Molly, like everything. I'm not just sitting here saying that Molly's without fault. I'm not at all saying that. Whatever. A lot of people are with fault. But let's not forget the first person here in this whole scenario who was at fault. It wasn't Molly. It wasn't Nonsense. It wasn't anyone except for Katie. Okay, Katie's the one who's first started to try to push this whole narrative that Dre had harmed her husband either directly or indirectly. She's also the one who encouraged people and helped people file reports with Homeland Security regarding the whole smuggling shit across the border thing. Oh, or was it CPS? She also helped people find CPS too. She also aired on a live stream images of Dre's backyard. So, I mean, this was all Katie's doing in the beginning. Everything, all this drama, all this shit was Katie's fucking doing. But the truth doesn't matter. The truth has no fucking place here. Not when someone's got hate in their heart for Molly, because that's what comes first. That's what has to be fed first, more than any truth or narrative. So, in my opinion, I might give you a hint. I really care. If I do, it's not gonna be to the end of the stream, because I know me. If I start giving hints, I'm gonna just keep. I'll end up spilling the goods, and I don't want to do that. I really should be thorough, anyways, in my video watching. It's research, but it's video watching. Really, I really should be thorough, because I don't think that there's anything that's going to surprise me. I've never heard or seen or witnessed anyone discussing anything about it that would surprise me, or cause me surprise or whatever. But I just want to be sure. No, Katie did not. To my knowledge, Katie did not talk about it today. Oh, wait. Did Katie talk about what today? To my knowledge, she did not talk about the thing I'm working on, or anything about the thing I'm working on, nor did she talk about the whole Marvon thing. But I also haven't watched Katie today, so. But I do see posts and people send me shit. I haven't seen anything yet. I'll remember today if I hear shit about you. Okay. So like I said, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna play the stream, but I'm not gonna show it. I'm just gonna play the sound. I mean, if you want to see a page of this report up on screen for an hour, then go to Nonsense's channel. Her most recent stream will show it. But if you want to just hear her stream, then just stay here. And someone is mocking me over there, fucker. Why are you making fun of me? Why are you making fun of me? Oh, shit. I almost kind of gave away a big clue of what I was working on. Okay. All right. Thankfully, her stream's only like an hour long. Oh, I'm going to need these. Why does my nose keep running? It was fine a minute ago. I think it's the alcohol. I think maybe that starts my nose running or something. I don't know. Tissue. I still have my naked avatar up. There. Then I turn my camera off, but okay. Hey, Ismail. How are you doing today? Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, I don't know if you're listening or not, Tina, but I'm just going over some Marvon McRae shit. No, I'm not talking about it. I want to, but I'm not. The Marvon shit I am, but anyway. All right, so I want to make sure that you guys can hear this, because I'm not showing the picture, or I'm not going to show the image. Wait a minute. Oh, yay! Oh my I did not see that in chat. Awesome, Sue. Yay, Sue is still in the clear for cancer. Yay. Yay, Sue Elliott. Yay. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Oh my God. That's awesome news. All right.
Chest, waistline, baseline, look at your best. Do it like the rest. Vanity Fair, look at lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose, and chest. Waistline, baseline, look at your best. Do it like the rest. Vanity Fair, come on. Vanity Fair, yeah.
I do like her music.
Things cool, girl. Do you want to be beautiful and look like you, or do you want to look like someone?
Oh, I didn't know I could do that. I can mute the audio for you guys. It doesn't mute for me though. It just mutes for you guys. That is cool. I did not know that. All right, what's this? Okay. All right, you guys could hear that, okay, right? Hey, Vita. Hey, if you want to come up, I'll drop the link. Right here, I'll send it to you on Facebook. I'm on StreamYard now. I purposely came on here in case like I was going to hit people up or whatever. So, and I was thinking about you. You don't have to come on camera, whatever, use an avatar or come on camera, whatever you want. There you go. I sent it though on Facebook. And thank you for becoming a member. Okay, but were you guys able to hear it? All right, I'm going to play it again. I just want to make sure people can hear it.
Hey, y'all. Let me go back up here for a minute and say hi to everybody. Y'all, I'm going to give you guys a trigger warning right off the bat. This is going to be a very serious live, probably pretty emotion-filled in ways. So if you tend to have emotions or
hi, Chronically B, Queen B. I'm good. You?
This topic, what we're going to get
Actually,
into
I'm great.
Is triggering for you. Please exit the live now. This isn't worth anybody triggering, to sit through this. You can come back when you are able to, if you're ever able to, but please take care of yourself first and foremost and leave if you need to.
Okay. I am great because we just got some great news from Sue Elliott. She is in the clear still for cancer. Yay. So I'm great. And I heard a beep. Hey there. Hi. Hello?
Hey.
I can't hear you. Oh, okay, good. I can hear you now.
You got me now?
Hi.
Hi. I had the wrong card linked to your membership thing. I don't know. It didn't renew it, so I had to renew it. Sorry about that.
Oh, don't worry about it. Please. No, you don't have to worry about that.
Have you seen what's going on today?
I've kind of caught up on it for the most part before the stream started. I watched the first half of Nonsense stream, but that's about it. I understand that Molly has been showing some video from the police cam footage or whatever.
How do you feel about it?
I don't care to show it. I don't care to show it. I don't need to see it. I don't need to hear. Yeah, I don't need to hear the emotions and everything in everyone's voice. I don't need to. I understand if people want to or are interested. That's their, that's fine. Me personally, I'm not. So
I'm with you on that. They're gonna get all of their members and tag YouTube tomorrow, is what he said.
Yeah.
Right, Giddy Rock.
No, of course he is. A dork. But no, seriously though, I'm over here in the camp of why the fuck are we still talking about this? Why is Nonsense still
Exactly. All I know
exploiting
is
this fucking shit. It's, I mean,
I had posted a single page on, and I know she got it from my page. Yeah, I guess, and got the rest of the reports. And she was on her stream crying today. And I understand that. I mean, I understand that part.
I don't.
Somehow,
I'm going to go
Uni
on
Rock went live with it, and then Molly went live with it. And I'm like, what's going on?
I don't understand nonsense crying about this. I don't. Like, I understand, like, maybe for a brief moment tearing up or whatever, and because, like, for a second, like, the enormousness of the situation just hit you briefly, but she's not personally involved.
Yeah,
like,
there was. I don't.
She at least from the first half I've seen, she's crying. Yeah, she's crying through most of it. Why the fuck is she crying so much over this? Like, does she know these people, like, personally? Because that's what it sounds like. I don't know. It seems very exploitative, in my opinion.
When I was first listening, I was thinking, oh my gosh, she's doing a dramatic stream, which I understood. I understand that it's a sad situation and nobody can tell what happened.
Right.
And yes, I mean, I was the first one, the finale of pretty much what was going on with it. And then today she started reading out the whole thing and stuff. And I'm like, y'all just let this man have his peace. Like, why? I feel like it was just another way to start stuff with Molly. And now they're using it as a timeline of they were right and y'all were wrong.
See, this what I don't.
I think that's all it was for.
That is so amazing to me because I can't think of anything more definitive and more just more proof that she is exploiting the shit out of this for her own personal gain, because she's using this, at least from the half of the stream I heard, she's using this whole thing to keep casting blame at Molly. All these things that she's mentioning, she's talking about, she's blaming it all on Molly. But the thing is that Molly is either equally culpable or she wasn't really culpable. And bottom line is, Katie was the one who was responsible for the majority of it, first and foremost. But where's the blame for her?
Exactly. When she started reading all the videos that were sent to the police and stuff, and I'm like, Katie did that. Everything she was naming off, Katie did, and she's going at Molly for. I'm like, nope, Katie sent all those cryptid videos down there. You know, why aren't you saying anything about her? You can go after Molly, but not her.
I swear, the part of me is tempted to request a copy of this report only because I really think that it's Katie's name that's redacted, and part of it is being one who contacted the investigative officers to relay information and provide them with I don't know, video footage or whatever. Like, I really think it was her, but her name's not redacted. So I almost want to request it for that, but I think maybe someone else can kind of, I don't know, take this one, because I feel like I requested enough.
Oh, I would love to know if her name pops up. Well, she said that she was the one that sent the video to the investigators. She was in team with them, sending them the videos and helping people put witness statements into CPS. I mean, she was the main leader of it. Why aren't y'all calling her out? They're just finding one other thing to go at Molly for. That is all this is about.
She also said in a stream too that she helped people make reports to Homeland Security, or was it Homeland Security? I think it was DEA. No, it was the DEA. I'm sorry, my bad, my mistake. I said Homeland earlier too. No, it wasn't. It was the DEA. She helped people report Dre to the DEA for smuggling shit over the border. So yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I had to stream.
And they were like, Katie apologized, and okay, she apologized, but that doesn't, it's too late. Once you've got the investigators on top of Dre, you've got CPS involved, you got the border involved. I mean, it's too late to retract then.
Yeah.
But I don't see y'all calling out all the bad eggs. If you're going to call out one, call them all. And they're saying that they're tragedy pimp, arbiters of justice or whatever. Well, why aren't you going after if you're going to name them all? You can't support one and then go after one.
Well, it's
I don't know. I think it's all just a game.
You're right. You're right. No, I think you're right. But also too, like it's great that she apologized, and people can accept her apology and they can move on. That's fine, whatever. But how about we not then relocate the blame and put it on Molly when it doesn't belong there? Katie already took responsibility for the blame, right? If she apologized.
Yeah, they want it all to be on Molly.
Why are we now using? Exactly. Yeah. And I'm not saying Molly's without fault. I'm not at all saying that. I don't care if
He
people
slipped up and made that mistake.
yeah, just make it fucking factual, you know? If the blame is already assigned somewhere, don't then use it and exploit it for your own fucking personal vendetta nonsense. God. Like that's just
Exactly. She doesn't care. She doesn't give a damn. She's lying.
yeah, like I don't think the people she bitches about and really drags and throws on their bus, I don't think they do this shit like that. But nonsense seems just fine laying in that fucking gutter, you know? I don't know. Okay. I'm getting mouthy.
It kills me. And I don't think they should have showed all that footage today. I think, just if
Right.
she didn't do it, I wouldn't want to be re-traumatized and see that stuff online. That's just me.
Exactly. Yeah. And it just is myself as a non-witness witnesses, watching this all play out. I don't want to be exposed to that kind of trauma of somebody else's. I'm sorry, I don't. I understand some people I can handle it.
Yeah.
They're okay with it or whatever. I'm not one of those people. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm going to hear the pain and everything in Jay's voice, and it's going to fucking kill me. So I don't want to hear it. I don't. I'm a shitty
Oh, I
person.
did. I watched Molly's live stream, and they went back and rewinded a part where she sees him and kind of freaks out like 3 times. And I was like, why are y'all rewinding it over and over?
I don't want to see that.
But there's somebody that came into Molly's chat. I think, I don't know if they're nonsense people or what, but they came over and started attacking Molly's chat, and they all had to be kicked out. Which I do think if they were going to show the body cam footage, they should just read the last report and just, where it shows the final. I mean, everybody wants to know what the final results were. Was she involved, not involved, or what? I think they should have at least read that.
I didn't. I thought that was released.
It was, but they didn't read that part. They just showed the body cam footage. They didn't read any of the report.
Oh, Molly didn't read it. Okay, all right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I think that should have. I mean, people want to know, right? I mean,
give it all. Give it all to them. Most people wanted to know, was she guilty or not guilty?
Sorry.
Are you about to watch one of her streams?
No. Oh, it's nonsense streams. Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and start. Can you guys hear this? Like, no one. Let me know if you can hear it.
I'm gonna go say hi to a few people. Hey, Diamond Cutter. Hey, Rosebuds Red. Y'all, my camera's off today because I have to have it off. I need it off for my own mental peace. Okay, so please understand that.
Can you hear that?
Molly's Moose Knuckle has something to say. Mirandy, Banana, Gumby, Hope's Echo, Brett's Mom, Kathy P, Laura A, Jersey, Frustrated.
Yes. Okay. Yay. Thank you.
Chartreuse. Angelisa, Brooklyn, The Truth Will Always Come
All right, let me skip through it.
Dream, Amethyst, Bash the Tragedy Pimps, Norma, Andy.
Yeah, because she does that for a while.
Yeah. They're right there.
You guys know social media took this case and blew it up. So we're going to start here and we're going to work our way back through the facts of this story. So social media blew the story up. As you know, YouTubers, along with Facebook people, TikTok, it was all over the place. Talked about this story because Dre has over 1 million followers combined on all social media platforms. They had a very vested interest in the case or the story. I guess it's never been a case. Let's be honest. It's never been a case. And I'm not looking at comments, so please understand that I've just got to mentally do this.
Wow. Let me speed this shit up too.
This is going to be rough. We came to social media because there was stuff that we could tell that was inaccurate being spread all over social media. Well, soon we found out through YouTubers, they had gathered police reports, so on and so forth, which we'll go back through a little bit, but I just want to get to this end part and then we're going to back our way up. Right off the bat.
We heard from YouTubers. They went and gathered police reports. Who the fuck is they? Who's they? Who they went and gathered what? Because last I knew, the people who gathered police reports, well, Letitia released something in the Facebook group there, but then the rest of it was Katie. It was Katie. Like, exactly. I don't remember, like, I don't remember Molly or any other channel like putting their shit out there. I mean, it was all fucking Katie. Like Katie.
All the
Katie's
mom
even the
did
first
was
person-
release the single page. She keeps saying Letitia wrote the whole police report and Dre's name and address to social media. No, she didn't. Katie did. She released a single page, and that's how Katie found her. She's lying. She's not saying it like it's supposed to be, but she's all about facts.
See, this is what fucking like I can't believe people are overlooking this. I mean, people want to talk about nonsense like she's here for the right reasons. Like she's doing the righteous, I don't know, actions or whatever. She's not exploiting shit. She's calling people out who are doing this. But the very fact that she is not acknowledging that and she's spinning this for her own personal vendetta reasons makes her the most exploitative person involved in this. Like no other content creator is doing that shit. It's her. But yeah, let's just ignore that shit.
There was police reports, all of this had gone on. You were told a certain narrative. Everybody was made to feel a certain way very intentionally by these creators. Well, just so we are all clear, there is your final right here. The very final line of this says, which we're going to go over this. It says the Yuma Police Department has concluded their investigation into this matter. Okay, so that is what it means. So let's back up. So I'm going to read this page first, and then we're going to go back up and I'm going to give you a few more details throughout the case. I am not going to be releasing the entire thing because there is a lot of sensitive material in here that I do not feel is social media's right to know every single detail of their lives. That has been done to them time and time again. Granted, I know that there's creators that will do this. They will put everything out here, but that's
really because the only reason why any other creators are talking about this right now is because you put this out there. You did. You're the one who's keeping this going. You're the one who's been keeping this going. You're the reason why so much of this shit has happened, but whatever.
But that's not me. That's not why I'm here. I'm here because
Bullshit.
The whole entire family was drugged through the fucking mud, excuse my French, over lies for months. And they refused to tell you guys that this was closed. We didn't know up until just the other day. Then we sat back and we were like, okay, we need to make sure that we know.
See, this is what kills me. They didn't know that this was closed up until the other day. Well, how do they know that anyone else knew it was closed? I mean, I'll be honest with you. I recall months ago, probably in July, there was some page posted regarding the report where the police said that, yeah, no, they were done. It was pretty much closed in the absence of any new information, it's closed. But then there was a rumor that went around saying, oh no, they reopened it. That's right. Katie started that rumor. Fuck me. But that was my understanding when this thing closed.
Yeah, and she was pushing it to get back open. I think it officially closed November 11th. I think that's when it. Think that's when it closed out.
Right. So,
but if y'all are so invested in this case, why aren't y'all on top of it? Why is it up to Molly and them to announce it? I mean, y'all are so invested in this case. Why didn't y'all announce it?
Exactly. And what if Molly had stayed on top of this and was talking about it and still doing streams on it? Well, then nonsense would be there. Like, why can't you guys just shut the fuck up about this already? You know what they did? They moved on, and here you are bringing it all right back again. Oh, gee. And she just happens
why aren't y'all saying anything? Why aren't y'all talking about the family anymore?
Yeah. And, and
that's exactly what she's saying. They're damned if they do, and they're damned if they don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
You know exactly what's going on here. So we requested the full to be factual as always. This fucking sucks. Sorry. And we got it today. So yes, some of you have seen rumblings of this, but a lot of you don't know the context or everything to do with it. So we're going to back it up a little bit.
I just noticed right there, she said, we got it today, because later in the stream here, she's going to say that they've had this for a few days. So that stuck out at me.
But please be kind. You can have your differences of opinion. But at the end of the day, what this says is what this says. This is law enforcement. This is the people who have actually had hands-on contact with this family and have tried to help support Dre and her family as social media has drugged her all over and accused her of horrible, horrible things. Okay, so this narrative says, and again, you'll probably have to make it larger when I'm done so you can see it all. It says, on 11/16/22, I received Marvon McRae's medical records from Special Agent Roz with the Naval Criminal Investigation Service. The medical records show that M. McRae had been taking a number of prescribed medications for various medical conditions. Of those found in the report were blank medications dating back to 2016 and continuing to 2022. He also had been prescribed blank for blank, which was discontinued in 2019. The Yuma Police Department has determined that there is insufficient evidence to show that M. McRae was prompted in his decision to harm himself or was assisted in his subsequent action of hanging himself. It was suggested in the course of this investigation that Dre actively facilitated Marvon in the process of the hanging event. A review of the 911 recording. Sorry, fuck. Whew. A review of the 911 recording placed by Dre on 5/23/22 provided no evidence that he was assisted in this act. The audio recording illustrated that Dre cut the rope that was applied to Marvon's neck and subsequently provided him CPR until the arrival of rescue personnel. It was also suggested that medications administered to Marvon by Dre caused him to have blank. Review of Marvon's medical records revealed Marvon had been taking blank medication dating back to 2016 and was receiving ongoing professional medical care for the condition. Reports of child neglect concerning the McRae children were investigated by DCS and Tucson PD. Investigative inquiries are initiated through the appointed department in accordance with agency policies. The Yuma Police Department has concluded the investigation into this matter. Okay, so let's pause for a moment. So it is a closed report, just so we are all clear. But we're going to go back. And I want you to understand that the reason why I'm even bringing this out here, again, I feel horribly that we have to do this, but these creators who sold you the story for months refuse to do their due diligence and tell you the fucking truth.
All right.
So once again,
I have a question. I'm going to share screen here for a moment just because I have to ask my question. All right. So in the chat here, in the live chat, where is it? Someone says, okay, so there's Flava, aka Flava the Scammer. Is that the actual Flava, or is that like a parody account? Do you think?
Oh my gosh, I sent that to Flava the other day. Someone has made a fake account calling her a scammer now because she wouldn't base her channel off of hating Molly.
Okay. All right. Good. I'm glad to hear that it's not actually her. It's a bullshit account. I'm glad to hear that.
Ugh.
once again, here we are to talk about the actual facts. I'm not asking you to like Jerry. I'm not asking you to agree with her lifestyle. I'm not asking you for anything besides your open ears and your eyes and understanding what was done to this family. Could have been your family, could be anybody's family, and it's not okay. And Dre is owed a
All right, so it looks like we got someone in chat here. You're putting the blame all on Katie Joy, but who's been making bank off Marvon's name? Molly Golightly and Justice for All. Who put out that Marvon passed away? Oh, on live stream? Yeah, no, I don't put the blame on the whole putting out that he passed away thing on Molly at all. I put that blame on whoever it was that contacted the bullshit social media site there and pushed the fake story. That's who I put the blame on. And interestingly enough that you say that, because there's only one person involved in this story that has any kind of links or ties, to my knowledge, to such sites and to such behavior, such as pushing fake stories out on these fake social media accounts or pages or sites. That would be Katie Joy, interestingly enough. Oh, and Unirock, but mostly Katie Joy from my experience anyway. So I'm going to put that blame on Katie Joy too. Thanks for reminding me of that. I almost forgot. As far as the whole making bank thing, I'm not sure how she made bank on this whole situation. Yeah, she made money, but she didn't help create anything. She didn't manipulate anything. She didn't exaggerate. She didn't have any hand in any of the storyline. She just talked about it, and people gave her super chats for it. Now, you can feel however you want about it. I'm not even going to say you're right or wrong. That's not for me to say. But there was no scam going on. There's no fraud. There's no criminal activity or anything from any of these parties involved. So, sorry, I guess. I mean, you should be happy that that's the case, but instead you want to try and turn it into something that's not. I don't know. That's all. KJ might have brought up Molly, kept it going, made big off his name. Remember that. I don't know what that means. Anyway, I think I'm done, but you're more than welcome to stay. I mean, the mods, if you start giving them a hard time, then they have carte blanche to do whatever they see fit and keeping things as nice as possible. But as far as I'm concerned, whatever. I'm done. I'm done with that.
apologies from many, many people. But we're going to go back and I'm going to read you some of these other things that are in this report. Again, I'm not giving you the full thing because it's for privacy reasons. There's no need. It's the internet. This is strangers. Some of you people think that you're owed way too much. Anyways.
I actually agree with that.
They absolutely did not come back around. And I want you to remember this narrative is from 11/16/22. 2 weeks after the death hoax. This was closed.
Oh, I missed that part.
After what they did in Georgia, this case was closed.
See, again, there we are. We're putting the blame on Molly. 2 weeks after the death hoax, this was closed. 2 weeks after they did what they did in Georgia.
Yeah. Why is it just Molly? Like, go after somebody else. Jesus.
Yeah, that too, yes. Or at the very least, if you're going to go after Molly, then keep it just about Molly. Why do you got to drag Marvin into this and drag this Marvin's family into this? Like, stop exploiting these people for your own personal fucking anger. Like, move on.
The report was closed, excuse me. But they never had the balls to come out here and tell you that. Not one single one of them did. I'm going to leave this on the screen and I'm going to read you some of the other pieces of this. And then I'm going to actually, before I do that, I want to show you one more part of this. There's one other piece that I uploaded that I thought was important. Again, please bear with me. I knew this was going to be emotional for me today, but it's harder than I even expected because this is such a serious situation and I do not find any type of humor in it whatsoever. Okay, so what you're seeing on the top of your screen right here is another data supplement. This is another supplemental part that was added to the police report. It is dated 8/8 of 2022. On 8/8/2022, I received 11 emails from Lieutenant Conley. The videos contained links to videos from YouTube and Facebook. The videos were all heavily edited. I viewed all the videos and found nothing criminal pertaining to this case. The following are the links to the videos I watched. And then there's a list of the videos. That they were sent.
Out of curiosity,
but I want you to paste.
Has anyone like opened up the links in this report? Like, I'm curious if whose videos were sent, because I'm wondering if the whole listing is like Katie Joy videos or something, or from Katie Joy's channel rather.
It is.
I don't know why
that drive I sent you of all the recordings, the videos are in there as well, and that's all that she had sent to him because the lady that was her source, I'm shocked she had a source, but that whole set is what was sent down there, which Molly and them had nothing to do with. It was all Katie,
right?
Which they're not understanding that part.
Wow. You know, I don't know what to make of this. Like, either either Nonsense is just so freaking blinded by her hate for Molly, or she really is a fucking talking piece for Katie, because she won't touch Katie. She won't touch Katie. She won't call Katie out. She won't assign any well-deserved blame or accountability to Katie. She just drops the whole fucking thing and doesn't talk. Like, oh my gosh, she's like such a pussy for Katie. I'm sorry, but she is. Why is that?
I think it's because she helped Katie dox the mother and Marvin Sr. and Brittany the admin and whoever else, and she doesn't want to be exposed for that, and she's afraid. Just blackmail, probably like every other friend of Katie's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, what kind of, I mean, if she's actually taking up for Katie into some regard the way she's doing, like, what is it that people got on her? Like, that's crazy.
I know, and she's obsessed with this Erica person. I'm dying to know what this Erica chick knows about her, because she won't ever shut up about her.
See, I don't even think Erica's real. I don't know. I don't think she is. At least not in this manner anyway. Like, there is someone by her actual name. Yes, that's true. But whether or not the real person name, that person is the same person behind these accounts online, I don't know. But
while we're on that real quick, I've got to ask you, you had done a stream about a girl that she was interviewing that knew Erica, and the girl had said that the girl was sending her stuff about Steve, the FBI agent. It was so similar to Nat. It was crazy. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it was absolutely similar. Like, the whole thing is eerily similar. It's almost like they created their own version of Nat in the storyline, and they're working it much the same way, you know. And I mean, from what I understand, Nonsense has some sort of ties or connections to Unirock, allegedly. I can't prove this. Not positive, but there's some, like, I guess this is where she came from in a sense. So that's who I think was by and large who ran that. So I mean, it makes sense. Again, though,
Well, you
huge
remember
fan,
that,
so
real quick, do you remember that article, the death article? You
yes.
had tried to debunk her stream about that article, and you had said that it originated from Twitter, which she repeats later on, and then tries to, anything that she's caught up in, she tries to distance herself from. Like right now, she's trying to distance herself from the Dono girls. Girl, you were right there with them the whole time.
Yep,
She
from
tries to
the
distance
whole
herself from everything that she was involved in. That's what she's working on right now.
Yeah, yeah. God, that's crazy. Huh.
Pay specific attention. We have been telling you for months that what you were seeing was a lot of incorrect things. They were twisting and turning things to a story and a narrative that they were trying to push. Well, I'm not law enforcement. This is law enforcement.
No shit.
This is law enforcement's words in the actual investigation. Give me a break. Give me a minute. Please and thank you. Sorry, y'all. You guys know I wear my emotions on my sleeve, and this shit's hard. Like, this is hard. When you, I think it's worse because there's no point.
Yeah, she doesn't wear her brains.
At the end of the day, there was no point to this. Okay, ready? I'm going to read you guys another piece of this. Damn it. I really thought I was going to do okay.
All
right.
So
I'm going to read you.
In our chat here, Jujubee says, hold on, Steve was the FBI agent that was investigating the Chrisleys. Don't tell me our Steve was the other internet drama. I don't remember how the whole agent name, the whole name of Agent Steve came up for this situation. I don't think it was Katie though who said Agent Steve. I think it was somebody else who said the name. And yeah,
Mackenzie, the girl that you thought that was lying. Remember?
Oh, okay. Wait, when did I think she was lying again?
Mackenzie was a girl that went up on Nonsense's stream to kind of say that Erica was tapping her stuff and all that. And she said that Erica was threatening FBI agent Steve on her. Remember?
Yeah. Okay, now I remember. See, that just kind of supports my theory. What's that?
There was two more things that support it too, but I can't remember. I'll remember it by the end of this. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So just a tiny fraction of a few pieces throughout. Again, for the integrity of this story and what they've done to it, I'm not going to put out a lot of personal information. It's not necessary. On 6/23/2022, at 15:29 hours, I spoke on the telephone with Marvon Jackson Sr., Marvon McCrae's biological father. Now we know from the course of how this has unfolded that Marvon Jackson is the biological father of Marvon McCrae, who had traveled with his wife, Wynette, to Arizona on June around the 18th, and they were there. They had been given the police report on the 24th, which we knew because it was stamped. Well, we knew that Letitia got it on the 24th. Well, Marvon Sr.'s part isn't here, and that's what we're going to talk about for a minute. But I want you to pay specific attention to a few things, and you'll know what you're hearing. Anyways. And again, this is not to harass, bully, or intimidate anybody, but the public has a right to know. You guys have all given so much of your time and energy and sent your love to people that didn't deserve it when they were lying on the family who did deserve the love and prayers.
She just said a few minutes ago how no one is entitled to any kind of update or anything in the story. And then she just turned around here and just said, y'all deserve. Like, that sounds to me like she thinks people are entitled to this shit.
Oh, all they're entitled to hear about is what a piece of crap his parents are. That's where she's getting at.
Yeah, it's true. All right, you're right.
Okay. He had on 6/23/2022 at 15:29 hours, I spoke on the telephone with Marvon Jackson Sr., Marvon McCrae's biological father. He advised he and his wife came from Georgia to see his son at the VA hospital in Tucson. He described that M. McCrae had marks around his neck consistent with strangulation. Marvon Jackson discussed that Marvon McCrae's wife, Dre, did not want him and his wife to see Marvon and attempted to have the hospital security prevent them from having contact with him. He said the hospital has allowed him to see Marvon, but advised they could not provide him with information concerning Marvon's medical condition. Mr. Jackson said he heard through social media that Marvon's wife, Dre, was having Marvon ingest kratom. I provided Mr. Jackson the case report number and instructed him on how to obtain a copy of the police report. On 6/23/22, At 15:46 hours, I spoke on the telephone with Letitia Bias, Marvon McRae's biological mother. Bias requested a copy of the police report concerning this case. I provided Bias the case report number and instructed her on how to obtain a copy, which we know she was able to get. On 6/24 at 11:24 hours, I spoke on the telephone again with Mr. Jackson Sr. He told me that Dre was trying to have Marvon removed from the hospital and taken back to their home to prevent he and his wife from visiting him. He said Dre told him the government would cover the expense of having a nurse with Marvon at their home.
I just want to read this comment real quick in chat because, wow, this was my whole fucking issue. But Zaria says, they bitch about Molly Golightly not helping Letitia in comments while Molly Golightly has a family emergency, but stay quiet when Letitia Bias has to defend herself. Like, they won't jump in and help the woman they claim is being exploited. Yeah, I remember that thread over there on Nonsense's page when they just wanted to make sure that there was no confusion with this upcoming financial court date of Letitia Bias's on some repossessed vehicle coming up, because that might cause confusion here. Yeah, I remember that thread. And everyone just started. I mean, sure, you can argue and say, well, Letitia, she had to have expected it when she showed up in the stream to fight back or whatever. But that's not at all meaning that she deserves it, nor does she deserve any of the shit she got. Wow.
Yeah, and I asked Letitia about that court date. She said they're making that up. I don't have a court date. That case was closed because the girl was a liar. They made that up. Yeah. Completely made it up.
Yep. But I don't doubt that for a second.
At 24 hours a day. I discussed with Marvon Jackson to consider speaking with an attorney for legal advice. Marvon Jackson advised he was on his way back to Georgia today. They had already been there and seen him at that point in time. And we also know at that point in time, Dre had already texted Wynette and apologized for her behavior when they were at the hospital. We know that all now. So if you fill in the gaps of timelines here, that also confirms that she had the police report on 6/24. They were aware. She spoke to law enforcement. But there was no need to lie. I mean, I don't understand all this stuff. Anyways, it continues. On 7/6 at 1100 hours, I spoke on the telephone with blank and said, Dre is continuously on social media talking about sneaking spices and herbs into the hospital in Tucson to give Marvon. Blank discussed her belief that the substances Dre is giving her husband and children to ingest are the cause of blank they are having. It goes on and on to talk about how this person was concerned about the spices. And then they told law enforcement about her group of supporters paying $7 a month to watch her. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Again, I'm not going to go into all of that. They talk about watching her, what they observed. Then on 7/8, which we know they claimed that on 7/6, if you remember correctly, that's the date that all of the YouTubers got involved. You also remember on 7/6, that is the day that the police report was actually released to the public by Letitia Bias. On 7/8, I received an email from a 911 emergency dispatch supervisor advising of numerous Yuma Police Department social media page messages received concerning this case. One of the messages received referred to an incident approximately 1 month ago where Facebook influencer Dre McRae discussed on social media that she smuggled blank across the Mexico border for her husband, Marvon McRae. The reporting party reported that since this video, Marvon allegedly attempted suicide is the word. I don't know.
That right there.
The reporting party.
The reporting party. Like, you know who that reporting party was, right? I mean, it was totally Katie Joy.
She admits to it, so there's no running around. She admitted to it.
Mm-hmm.
She did the most damage in this case, but yet they're after Molly. It's all about Molly, and she's not here to do any kind of justice, because anytime someone tries to confront her with a different opinion, she blocks them.
Exactly. And I no doubt that if you were to come up with like some sort of resolution or whatever that appeased everyone or to somehow resolve things, she would probably fight against it because she doesn't want to be a part of anything. I don't know. Just like I feel like now that she's monetized, now she was going to keep bringing this up over and over and over again. When it is effectively, it's a horse. It's dead. It's like there's nothing more that could come out, really. So
I just wish that she would, like she says that she's not a Molly Clip fan. I heard her say that. Sorry.
Yeah.
And continues to go on.
I'm sorry. I tried to pause it again. Sorry. Yeah, she says she's not a Molly clip channel.
Oh my gosh, I'm so going to show that every single video is about Molly.
She said that. Yeah, I remember that. She said I'm not a Molly clip channel, and she said it in the same stream where she like several times was like, "Well, I can pull up a Molly video. We can watch a Molly video."
That's all she's got. That's all she's got.
Well, I mean, it may be technically true though, kind of thing, because like she doesn't exactly show clips; she shows the whole fucking streams because it's all Molly. It's all Molly. You have to.
About what this person visually had seen in videos. Again, I'm not going to go into it because there's a lot of misinformation in her report even, but she gave that to officers. On 7/5, Tucson police contacted the Department of Child Services in reference to a health and welfare and morals call. An anonymous caller had reported to TPD, Tucson Police Department, that a woman on Facebook was seen eating an unknown powder believed to be Special K, nodding off and telling her juvenile children that they were going to have to take care of her tonight. This contact was documented under Tucson Police. Another time that we all watched when they called the police department on her, even though it was old videos. And then watched her going through all of this, being exhausted, and they called again. Touch some grass. Why am I sniffing and pretending to cry? Weirdo. I'm sorry you're here. I'm sorry you have no emotions. Have a good day.
Anyways, I'm going to leave that one alone. I'm going to share 2 links here in the live chat for everyone. I'm going to share a link to Veda's channel. I highly recommend you check her out and you check out her videos, especially regarding this situation, because she's doing an excellent job of putting it all together and finding the shit. And I'm also going to share a link to somebody here in the chat. I just saw that they were talking about a video or whatever. So I went and I checked out their channel, and they have a few videos on exposing the grifter Unirock. So I'm going to also share Azaria's channel. But first Veda, then Azaria.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go on. There is multiple different things that were happening on 7/8. On 7/8 at 0900 hours, I spoke on the telephone with Officer Grego, employee blank with the Tucson PD. He advised he was assigned to look into the incident involving Andrea McCrae and her children. I provided him with an overview of the case and discussed with him social media postings received by Yuma Police Department concerning, in part, harm and neglect to the children. Officer Grego.
Sorry, did you guys also hear that? Sorry.
Ray and her children, and would contact me back with the outcome. There was obvious contact, and the outcome was sufficient, which there is more details in there, which you don't need to know. But they followed up every way, shape, or form. They were telling us all along that law enforcement wasn't doing their job. They weren't doing enough. They weren't doing this. They weren't doing that. Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were. Then it continues. On 7/8/22 at 0954 hours, I received a voicemail from Officer Grego concerning the welfare check he completed at Dre's residence. Officer Grego said they went blank to the address, obviously. He said Dre's parents live at the address and Dre is staying in a travel trailer on the property. All of the children were there during the contact. They checked the trailer. They had food, electricity, and water. He said the children were fine. They looked well nourished and no sign of neglect or injury were observed. They also checked the grandparents' house and said they had everything that the children would need.
That's good. That's a good thing,
yeah.
Right?
So there have been numerous contacts, and we're going to continue to go. I mean, this is just going and going and going. As you know, those specific dates where things were popping off on social media. All right. There is a section in here, again, about the other parents' involvement, and sounds like they are handling that. So we're going to skirt right over that section of it, too. Again, a lot of this pertains people's private information and stuff that social media doesn't really need to know, in my opinion. I mean, again, they feel they're entitled to all this, but on
you just said
1541 hours, I spoke on the telephone with Dre. She told me she is a social media influencer.
You just said that people deserve to hear this, and I'm not. Whatever. I don't think that anyone's entitled to it. Don't get me wrong. I actually agree with what she said, but she doesn't agree with what she said.
With over 1.1 million followers online. She said that recently her husband attempted suicide at her home in Yuma, Arizona. He was flown to Tucson, where she is currently staying, as her husband remains in a coma. Again, facts that we know. This goes into confirming all of everything that she said. Then we're going to talk about this part. Dre said that on her social media platform, she did not mention any of the details concerning her husband until after she was in Tucson for 2 weeks. She said social media is her job. Whenever she goes live and posts videos, she gets ads, and that is how she generates income. She said she waited as long as she could before saying anything. She did not want to say anything about how Marvon went into a coma or what the doctors were saying because she wanted to focus on his healing. She questioned why she would want to share something as scary and traumatic for her as well as personal for her husband. Said the same thing to everybody else. Dre said many people on social media felt she did something to cause Marvon McRae's medical condition. She said there were social media hate groups and hate pages that are all on a witch hunt to take her down, which we saw. She said 3 days ago, the biological mother of Marvon McRae, Letitia Bias, posted the Yuma police report on social media without redacting her address and phone number. Since then, she has been receiving nonstop hate calls and messages from people telling her to K herself.
Which I'm going to be the first one to... I'm going to be the first one here to say it. Yeah, that's fucked up. How no one should be contacting anyone telling them to go K themselves or whatever. Like, I don't care what it's about or who it's over, what it entails. Just no, of course not. Again, though,
Absolutely.
Nonsense is sitting over here trying to put the blame for that on Molly. But
she blames Molly for everything, and Katie was the one that put her damn address out there.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Katie?
Yeah, Katie posted the police report and left it up for 78 hours with her address and everything on it. She admits it.
I'm not surprised. Yeah, I'm not surprised. She's done that with other people.
I'll send you that clip where she says, well, I know I posted her address, and in that 78 hours, you couldn't take it down when people are sitting there telling you it.
Well, no, because I've actually seen that happen with a few other people. Like other people point out she said someone's name or she doxed them. Like she said enough information for people to find the person, her source, in other words. And people would point this out, and sometimes in posts after the stream, she'll acknowledge that it's true, but then she'll argue with them because it's like she doesn't want to have to correct anything. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, she's all about facts, but she didn't go back and correct anything that she's been called out on. Anything, her nor nonsense.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
Unfortunately, all of this fits everything going along. Dre said that yesterday, Marvon's mother posted a portion of the police report that discussed Dre finding Marvon in the shed. She said that social media is blaming her for Marvon McRae hanging himself, suggesting she set him up and drove him to commit suicide. She said the hate groups are doing everything they can to take her down, including calling the police department to have a welfare check on her and her children because they feel like her children are in danger. She said today the Tucson Police Department went to her home and informed her of the allegations. She said Tucson Police Department observed that her children were absolutely okay and there is nothing to worry about, which is included in this numerous times by multiple people that had contact with them. Trey said she just recently saw online where individuals were bragging on social media about law enforcement going to her home. She also said that someone was recording her home in Yuma, and she had videos of this on her security camera showing the person recording her back and front yards. She speculated they may have been trying to record the shed that Marvon hung himself in. Dre expressed that she didn't know what to do. She feels privacy is being invaded, and she feels she has no protection. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Dre said that last night there was a YouTube person that had 1,000 people watching. Her physical address was announced along with what the police officer.
Which further kind of makes my point. Like, that's horrible. This sounds horrible. And it sounds like it was the talking about this publicly that kind of really snowballed all this shit into happening. So why the fuck is Nonsense still going out of her way to bring this shit up publicly? It's...
Police officer wrote in the police report about Marvon hanging in the shed. I advised Dre I would request extra patrols in her Yuma home, reference her concerns of trespassers, and also advised her she could contact Tucson Police Department to request extra patrols at her current location. Yep, with young kids in her house. You guys remember that? Oh yeah, Molly bragged about that police call because she claims that Hershey came knocking at her door after all of that.
Yeah, that doesn't mean she called them.
Yep, she sure did. She sure did. Dre told me she was recording our conversation. She went on to tell me that she had contacted the FBI and put a request for help because she wanted to press criminal charges against Marvon McRae's biological mother, Letitia Bias. She said Letitia does not have a relationship with Marvon and is using them for financial gain. which is what has been happening. Dre said that El Bias has a GoFundMe for people to donate so that she can get a lawyer to take custody of her children and guardianship of her husband because of their claims that she is an unfit mother and a wife. Dre expressed this is the worst time in her life. Her husband took extreme measures as he was not doing well at the time. She said she can't even go to the hospital now and focus on Marvan's healing. Dre said they had to lock down the hospital where Marvan is at in a result of numerous people saying that they are going there to see him. Remember when we were being told that the hospital was locked down and all that stuff? Yeah, it was because of safety concerns for Marvan. She said one of the individuals who purportedly served in the military with Marvan had a gun in his profile picture and said he would knock down anyone in his way. People's emotions were so over the top because they were being told time and time again. There was video proof. There was all these videos. They were all, they had all this proof. She had done all these things to her husband, all of this.
She was, oh my God, she was one of the biggest, loudest people who were going on and on and on about this. That was nonsense. That was fucking nonsense.
Yes, and Molly never, ever, ever said that she did it to her husband. She didn't ever say that they had evidence proving Dre did it. They've never, ever claimed that.
Exactly. Unreal.
Yeah, I'm not answering questions. I'm sorry. I don't know if there's questions and again, you can have your own opinions on Dre and her lifestyle, but what was done is sick. And this is what it is. And they have not came out and told you again. They went through and read every single police report out loud, time and time again.
I'm going to call bullshit on that. According to nonsense, I think, in my opinion, she's not cool with anyone having their own opinions or whatever on Dre, because the second you show up in that live stream chat, which, I mean, by all means, don't do this. Do not do this, okay? But the second anyone shows up in her live stream chat and expresses any kind of disdain for or blame for Dre, she's going to kick your ass out of there. So,
hey, one of your somebody in the chat just said, for F Stakes, Nonsense just did an epic community post. I wonder what it was. Oh, God.
Her fucking community post.
Went through every police report. But then when this was closed, when there was actual proof in there from law enforcement, the actual facts of the case, they sure as hell didn't come back around and tell you guys that, did they? There's not a lot that I'm going to read else in here. Well, there is a few. There was accusations about her family, all sorts of stuff, which her mom was involved from the start. I mean, and she tried telling everybody that. There was just... The dispatch call goes through and describes basically what she had described. Same thing. She did everything. They told her how to do CPR, everything, which they've said so many things about that and twisted and turned that. But I want you to pay attention to a few things that you did not hear in this. You heard one call from Letitia. You heard one call from Marvan Sr. If they were so concerned and there was an attorney and all of these other things, why didn't... Oh, we heard two calls from Marvan Sr., excuse me. The first day and then the second day he followed up. There was also...
But yet, if they kept recording these phone calls and putting them out there, then Nonsense would be all over their shit for calling them fucking scammers and using it, doing it to make a money and exploiting their son and whatever. Jesus Christ. I mean, it's private family business. The nerve of them for keeping that shit private. Fuck.
Also not any phone calls from an attorney representing the family. Think about that for a minute. It confirms that he was transferred per medical decisions. It's confirmed that the children were checked on and made sure that they were okay numerous times. And again, I'm going to read you the last page again. That is the only thing that matters. On 11/16/22, I received Marvan McRae's medical records from Special Agent Roz with the Naval Criminal Investigative Service. The medical records showed that Marvan had been taking a number of prescribed medications for various medical conditions. Of those found in the report were blank medications dating back to 2016 and continuing to 2022. He also been prescribed blank for blank, which was discontinued in 2019. The Yuma Police Department has determined there is insufficient evidence to show that Marvin was prompted in his decision to harm himself or was assisted in his subsequent action of hanging himself. It was suggested in the course of this investigation that Dre actively facilitated Marvin in the process of the hanging event. A review of the 911 recording placed by Dre on 5/23/2022 provided no evidence that he was assisted in this act. The audio recording illustrated that Dre cut the rope that was applied to Marvin's neck and subsequently provided him CPR until the arrival of rescue personnel. It was also suggested that medications administered to Marvin by Dre caused him to have blank. Review of Marvin's medical records revealed that Marvin had been taking blank medication dating back to 2016 and was receiving ongoing professional medical care for the condition. Reports of child neglect concerning the McCrae children were investigated by DCS and Tucson PD. Investigative inquiries are initiated through the appointed department in accordance with agency policies. The Yuma Police Department has concluded the investigation into this matter. She sure did, Kim. She absolutely did. 100% did. A lot of people did. There is a lot of people that were involved in this. There was a lot of people that made phone calls based off of videos and clips that they saw on social media. This is the facts. They don't want you to know them because they haven't wanted you to know that this was all going on. Law enforcement was doing their jobs the entire time, like we tried telling you. Again, I'm going to ask you, take your care of her lifestyle, your personal dislikes. Look at the facts, people. The facts are this should have never been blown up on social media the way it was. It should have.
You first, but I do agree. I do agree with that last sentence there.
Yeah.
And I guarantee, I don't think that it would have been at all blown up on social media had Dre not made such a big deal and tried to prevent his family from seeing him, and then just kept live streaming like nothing happened. You know,
She spent all these years putting her family out there. I mean, she just had to be transparent. At least let the family know. The family at least should have known. Period. There was not enough damage there to where there's a reason for you not to tell them. That's just what it is.
Exactly.
And I'm so tired of her saying facts and crap. She needs to start showing them. And ever she makes such, what is that? What would be cryptic allegations against people. She makes allegations against people in the most cryptic way to where it doesn't really tell you the allegation, but she's, you know what I mean? Have you ever seen that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. All the time.
Ew, that makes me sick.
I watched a video today where I just saw a whole fucking hour of that.
Ugh.
Painted in a certain direction to fit a narrative. And then when facts are actually out there for them to tell you, they don't have the balls to come back and tell you this is the fact. Again, no one has been charged with a single crime surrounding this. Not a single person. There has been no court papers filed, again, by Letitia Bias still to this day on Marvin even.
So Dirty Uncle Sam makes a good point. They say, so it's a police report. It sounds like a personal affidavit of an investigating officer, not the official case closing report. Regardless, she pointed out the bio parents only called once. Yeah.
How many times are they supposed to call?
They only disclosed the one call to the officer at the time of their interviews. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point. Yeah, because the officers only learned about the phone call because of the parents telling them about the phone call. It's not like they subpoena phone records and shit like that. And why would they do that? It's not a criminal investigation. It's not even a civil investigation of any kind. So there wouldn't be a search warrant or a subpoena.
You should pull these papers just to see what she's probably leaving out, or just to see.
I know I should. I might.
Hi, Flava. That's the real Flava in the chat. That's not you in that sock account, is it, Flava? The one I sent you?
Right. Okay. Yeah, your fake sock account was in her live stream earlier.
Think about that. Why isn't there a note about this supposed first trip to Tucson when supposedly Letitia flew out there at the beginning of July? Why isn't there a note about them seeing her then when she was being turned around and denied and all those other things?
How about that answers none of your fucking
Now, again,
business?
this is super awkward for me, and half the reason why I'm emotional about it is because this is somebody else's life, and this is a very serious situation and one that should be handled with care and concern. And again, you can have your own opinions on people, personal dislikes, but the facts are the facts, and you cannot continue to twist the facts, and you cannot continue to lie to your entire following. And my dog's having nightmares. Sorry. I feel horrible for the family. Absolutely. Curious, I do too. I absolutely.
But not horrible enough to stop talking about it herself. You know, she's monetized
Remy,
now.
I just found out about it the other day, and then we requested it as soon as we found out, and just kept it quiet until we could review and figure out, like, you know, what was actually going on, or knew a little bit more. And then, you know, we talked about it, and it was a hard decision to even like put it out here publicly, but you guys have a right to know. You have a right to know, you know, and I've always said, these are the facts. Again, it's, I don't know. I don't know. Again, send prayers and love to Dre and their family. At this point in time, that's all I know what I could suggest that you guys do. Yeah, chartreuse. And to think about it is, he is their own blood. Queen Bella, good question. Don't have any answers for that. We have no information on a single donation where they've gone. Not a single.
You don't get to do that.
They claimed that.
No, I don't care. You don't get to throw it or make it a point like, and he's their own blood, when this whole time you've been calling them the dono fucking parents or the egg donor or whatever the thing is. You've been taking away their right, their connection as parents, and now you want to throw it out there that this is their kid or whatever. Fuck you.
Exactly. And by the way, adoption does not start anybody. This one thing has been bothering me. They keep saying that she couldn't file for guardianship because she let him go. Anybody can file for guardianship. Anybody. I can. I could go up there and file for it. It has nothing to do with adoption. They're just doing that to throw a dig at her.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
They claimed that all these refunds were given. There is no proof that a single refund was ever given. Over $4,000. There was money going to every certain, like, crazy places. We know by the 14th of July, there was, or 15th of July, there was $14,000 collected. No, I do not think Molly bought the car with donation money. I do not believe that. Molly made a lot of money off of exploiting this case. I do know that. Yeah, an apology, you know, and that's the thing is I don't know what to suggest. Like, yeah, apologies are definitely needed by many people, but what does apologies fix? It's just empty words with most of these people. They don't care. Bambi, no, me and the...
Who the fuck does she think is owed an apology here? Like, I'm sorry, but like, she's not owed one. Dre's not owed one. I'm sorry. People may have been mean or whatever, or pointed out like Dre's faults or any shitty behavior she's depicted in these live streams of hers, but nobody owed Dre anything. Nobody owed her silence. Like, she's not owed an apology. In my opinion, she's not. No one's fucking owed one.
Yeah, for what?
In the Tesla.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody was emboldened to anyone else to behave or to speak a certain way. Like, what the fuck?
She's delusional.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. There was a lot of money collected. We don't even know a total amount that was collected on behalf of the Justice for Vaughn Fund at this point in time. There was a lot of money collected.
Then stop trying to guess and make sure.
Yes, let me put the other page up right quick just so you guys can see that again. It is it's closed. Mercedes, it's really hard to say 100% what, you know, reading his narrative in there and hearing that he said that it was consistent with strangulation and stuff. Like, I question what got in his head. Like, did social media influence him, or did he, like, I don't know. I can't answer those questions. Again, I've never spoke to him. Pippa, we have no idea his current state at this point in time. We don't have any confirmed information. The last we knew, that was not the case, that he was still alive from what we knew, but I don't have verifiable information there. Yeah, Denise, that's for sure. Is there any other questions that I can answer for anybody? Again, I'm sorry. I apologize for emotions. This is hard.
You just said you don't have any
answers. I just
answers.
feel bad. Like, I fucking feel bad.
What the fuck?
Llama, yeah, it sucks. It sucks.
I want to add too, because I seen it earlier in chat when I was watching it before I started streaming. Someone in the comment section made made a comment, or in the chats there, made a comment about that it's known that Vaughn passed away with 0 kratom or whatever in his system. I want to just correct that and say nothing is known, nor should it be known by anyone outside of his immediate family. So I would be very leery of anyone in live stream chats under a bullshit name saying, but we know this, because they don't know. They don't know. They're full of shit.
I saw that. Well, I saw it when I came in.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking like.
I don't even know what to do at this point with her. Like, ugh. She's all about tragedy pimps and stuff like that, but only one tragedy pimp she's after, one.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that there's anything you can do. I mean, she has every right to be doing what she's doing or whatever on the platform. I mean, whatever. But I mean, much like with Katie, just point it out, call it out, and just fucking, put her lies out there on blast.
Well, she's not gonna stop till she takes Molly out. I mean, tomorrow they're all gonna tag team YouTube again.
I know. Yeah. Why are they waiting till tomorrow? I mean, I don't mean this to be an asshole or whatever, but like if I wanted to mass report someone, I'm not going to wait for like 12 days and put it out there first so that channel could then remove the content before we gather and, congregate and then go over there. Like, why are they waiting 12 hours? Like, that just sounds.
Because he said he wants to get the whole community together, all the community together at the same time, where they all do it in the same place at the same time at once, where YouTube will get the notification.
Oh my God. Oh, I would love to be a fly on the wall of whatever YouTube representative ends up getting notified about that. Like, that's going to be funny.
I still wonder where she came from. It's like she came like a bat out of hell. Where did she come from?
Yeah. I don't know. I think she came from, I don't know. But I think she is here intentionally, in my opinion.
Me too.
There's a lot of answers that I hope people questions that I hope people start asking these creators. Why didn't they tell you guys that this was closed? They came out here to report on every little movement that was made throughout this entire story and continue to run with false information, but they didn't come back and circle around to telling you guys the facts. Why is that?
Because they didn't know, probably.
Yeah, Justin gives apologies that Molly writes. It's great. The date on the report, the initial date on the report is 5/23. This is a report we received today, 1/24. The narrative of the final, like this, is dated 11/16/22. So November 16th, 2022 is when the final narrative was added. And that's when it says the Yuma Police Department has concluded the investigation into this matter. So my assumption is that was the date that it was officially closed. It doesn't give that specific. Hold on, let me look again.
Yeah, but this is say we then notified all the YouTubers involved. I mean, come on.
Let me verify.
Even if they would have came out with the fact, she would have had shot them down anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Oh my gosh. 11/23. 11/23. Might be the closure date. It's hard to tell for sure the closure. I think it's 11/16. There's so many additional little parts here. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm really sorry. Keith, I'm not sure. I can't say. But you guys know how they check documents, and you know how they check court records, and you know how they follow up, and they are involved in all this stuff, and how every little bit of it they continue to report on the drop of a dime, like anything that they could try. Oh no, the initial incident was 5/23. The initial incident was 5/23. Pirate, that's exactly correct. Yeah, she won't have closure for a long time, if ever. This doesn't right any wrongs, y'all. This is just the facts. And that's the sad thing is me and Nunya and Amethyst talked about it a lot today. And I was like, this sucks. Like, this fucking sucks to be right. This is one of those situations where
what the fuck does she think she's right about? She's not right about a fucking thing. I mean, wow.
At least we know that what she's doing this for, so she can be right. Yeah. She's not always right.
That's the thing. I think that I think she's a lot like Katie. Yeah. She's enjoying having something to come at someone with and to cause them pain and misery because she's miserable.
Oh God, yeah, she is. I can't stand it.
I wish not for me or anybody else, but we would have been wrong. And this wasn't what was happening in any way, shape, or form. But now you know that they're flat out saying, no, she didn't do this. We've investigated thoroughly. We've checked every single thing that was being told to social media time and time again that was being failed and wasn't being done, and all of this stuff was happening. And everything that we've said, that they intentionally withheld that they had the police report, that they intentionally put his information on social media, intentionally put Dre's, all of it right here. Rabbit, yes. Y'all, Rabbit's going to cover this too here shortly when we're done. So please go over and check out Down the Rabbit Hole News. She's always been very factual too on this. I'm heartbroken for Dre and her kids too, but at least I feel like in this is a little bit of validation. This is a little bit of validation that social media can shut the fuck up and realize she did not do this. No matter how many times they've tried to twist it and say that she did this, this, and this, they have zero proof of that.
You mean no matter how many times Katie tried to twist things and to accuse Dre of this, and this? Because that's what happened.
Exactly. Nobody did but her. Like, quit saying that crap. Ugh.
They did this, and it gets even worse when you realize who was all active participants in this.
You.
Oh, thank you, Spidey. This is, I don't know why this hit me like so hard. Normally I can get through stuff like this, but I think it's just been like, I've been attacked minor, like tiny, like 1 millionth in comparison to what Dre has gone through. And I can't even imagine, like, can you try to put yourself in her shoes, even if you don't like her for a moment, and think about this. We heard Molly break about 6,700.
I'll go and put myself in Dre's shoes the second she puts herself in Letitia's shoes. I don't know. Seems about right. Seems fair.
CBS calls. Granted, we don't know how many there were, but I guarantee there was hundreds. There's a few more she should add in there too, Heels. There's absolutely a few more that should be added in there. They didn't have facts to run with. This is why real media wouldn't touch it, y'all. Again, real media did an interview. A legit reporter did an interview with Marvon Sr., and it would not air because A, Letitia,
because it wasn't news.
Legit media, and B, there was no facts out there for them to tell a story. Yep, Yancy, that is absolutely.
Because like Nonsense has pointed out several times in this stream alone, and I think she's right. This wasn't a case. This wasn't a story. I mean,
the fact. Fabulous Glam, that's a very good question. I really don't understand. I don't understand it either. I don't understand why the people that initially made the groups against Dre felt so passionate about it that they did. Again, it seems like a lot of petty like disagreements in lifestyle, like all of these things. Granted, I even in the beginning had misconceptions and ideas. You guys have seen that unfold. I've backed up, apologized, like, and had to, because everything was so emotion filled at the beginning. I don't understand, to be honest, how she did this. But she was told time and time again, that whole entire crew was told time and time again, you're wrong. You have the wrong information. That is not factual. Stop. Back up. That's not what's happening. Again, you can dislike Dre, but the facts are the facts. Yeah. And Letitia made one call, and then they waited until these big YouTubers get involved to release that information. Tell me that wasn't intentional. Tell me that's, I don't know what else I can say.
good. Then stop talking.
Yes, never lose hope. Yes, I remember that. Bambi, I don't believe that at all. She was the first one to ask for funds on her own behalf. They instantly went. I have clips of them knowing that they didn't even need to get an attorney. There was other ways going around it. We'll get into some of that tomorrow. I'm going to let this sit with everybody.
She's going to go on more tomorrow?
Marinate with the facts overnight. See how everybody feels tomorrow. Again, I anticipate some of you that were really emotionally invested in this and really had strong opinions. I know some of you are going to be angry and sad and all through the emotions, because a lot of people really got personally invested in this. Yes, Barbara, she did. Yes, absolutely she did. Huh? That wasn't a threat. I'm sorry, but I get them every night. What? I'm really confused in the comments. Sorry, y'all. I'm not keeping up that well. Clip it good. That's a very good question. I am hopeful that this is the beginning of a much bigger process. I really hope, because this flat out proves, and it's detailed proof. Timeline is spot on with everything we've said. That's why they didn't release it. That's why they didn't jump out here and tell you guys what was going on. That's why. Oh, okay, Immortal. I got you. I was like, huh? Yes. Thank you guys. Again, sorry. My emotions get the best of me. I tried. I told the girls I was struggling already. I think it's just one of those like everything coming to a head. Does that make sense? Like everything is finally built up to this moment of what? Why would you do this to somebody else? Think about that.
I'm looking at her chat. Someone's there says Molly Golightly controlled all of the info. She kept the story and money flowing. She didn't have any of the info. She doesn't have any of the info now. Dre has all the info. How is Molly Golightly controlling the flow of information here when she's not in charge of any information? Like,
yes, Nanya, 100%. Yep. Future families will be warned anytime they try to step into the arena. Yep. Yep. I think things are gonna, I'm sorry, Smiles. I know there's a lot of you that are very connected to this case and felt very strongly about this case. Pirate, it's the least I can do. I mean, again, this is not my story. I'm not a part of the story. That's why I even hated showing my emotion. It's just frustration. I think it's what I'm feeling most right now is frustration, because no matter what, the proof is here. These are the facts, just like we've been showing you all along. But those people that continue to, they just, no matter what, they can't see past their own hatred. Even if you dislike somebody, you don't do this. You don't do this. There's 3 children involved. That's the part that just kills me. They're going through the hardest time in their lives. Suicide is such a horrible epidemic in our country. On top of it, he's a Marine veteran with a wife and 3 kids, who social media decided were going to be the next true crime story.
what?
When there was no true crime involved.
How the fuck is that? How did social media decide that this was a true crime story and make it into one? Like, that was...
Scorpio, possibly. There's no way they can twist it. There's no way they can twist or turn. We have all the proof. We have everything they've said and done. They've all called her horrible things. They said she was going to do things to him, that she was doing things to him. They've claimed that she was going to potentially do something to the children. I mean, the clips are out there. All of their words. They've done this to themselves. They
Yes,
have nobody
Katie,
to thank
Katie's clips are
in
out
their
there.
awkward situation but themselves. But they don't have any integrity to come back and tell you guys the truth, that they fucked up. They got it wrong all along. And here's the proof. They don't have that ethical part of them because they're pieces of shit. I'm sorry. The frustration, the anger I feel for this family and at this family, pieces of this family, that's the hard part. These are the people that gave birth to this man. How do you reconcile that when they knowingly exploited his tragedy at the lowest time in his family's life? If you can reconcile that in your head and be okay with it, please stay the hell away from me. Yep, happy.
You know, I'm gonna just say this. I don't even care. Like, I don't blame Dre for any of this, but Molly wants to sit there and talk like his birth family or whatever is doing these horrible things to him. But you know what? He spent how many years with his birth family and he didn't do what he did here in May? I'm just saying. Like, how about we stop trying to place bullshit blame everywhere? I mean, stop trying to exploit this for your own fucking clout or whatever you're after. It's
happy. Yeah. There's a lot of, you can, and you know what? You can judge others, but this was beyond judging. This was intentionally trying to destroy somebody's life. This was an intentional, vindictive, for no reason. Molly didn't even know her. She doesn't even know her. I don't know her. I don't know anybody in that family. None of them. I don't know any of them. But again, you have a choice to make. Honesty isn't something she's capable of, obviously. Every single dime of that money raised should have been there. The hospital had to go on lockdown because of these assholes and simulated riot. Yet, exactly, Amethyst, say it louder. The hospital didn't go on lockdown because of Dre and the accusations that were being put out there by everybody that she was doing something to her husband. They got locked down because of all the crazies threatening to show up, screaming and hollering, calling.
because of Dre
on the internet. The only thing that they saw out of this was money. Thank you, Spivey. It's exactly right. That's irrelevant. People's like or dislike of Dre is irrelevant. It is wrong to do what they've done. Absolutely, bitch for life. They absolutely have. You are 100%. No, Bambi, no. And again, y'all, I know that there's going to be some messy channels that put out way more of this now that I did. Again, that's totally their call. I will not do it. That's not my style. I had a hard time even putting this out here, but it's the facts. And these are important details that should be known after what was done to this family. Thank you all for being here and helping get this message out. I really appreciate all of you. The Justice really appreciate all of you. You know, it's a little thing that we can do to try and right some of these wrongs. There's nothing we can really do in the big picture of things besides try to be honest and truthful. And
so yeah, on that note, I'm going to wrap this up. There's only a couple of minutes left, and she's probably going to go on to whatever. She's done talking about the report. Okay. Get over here and look at chat. See if there's any questions quick, and then yeah, I'm gonna, I think, end this. Suddenly it just hit me too. I'm wicked tired. Not just in a stream, there was them that did the things I just asked about. What did you just ask about? And who called and tipped off ICE about the trafficking? Oh yeah, that was Katie. That was Katie Joy. Yep. Yes, I took my nails off. So like I broke like 3 of them, so I just took the rest of them off. These are my actual nails. So I'm probably going to get them done again, but I don't know when. Okay. All right. So yeah, and then I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to go lay down, and then I'm going to finish working on the new project tomorrow. Is Veda still in background here? Oh no, Veda, I didn't even know you left. I'm sorry. Bye, Veda. I just looked now, and you're not in backstage anymore. Thank you for coming up. So yeah, now I'm not going to say much because I really don't want it to let it slip before I'm ready. But I'm going to say that it involves a really, really big YouTuber. Like maybe not Keemstar big, but as big or bigger than Katie Joy big. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. And it's going to be surprising. So, on that note, oh, people on the internet super toxic today. Are we sure that that's just today, though? All right, guys, thanks for being here. I have to work tomorrow. I don't know. I want to wrap this up, what I'm doing, and then hurry up and stream about it. It's definitely going to be over the next few days, though, because I can't wait. I have no patience. So if not tomorrow, then Thursday. Probably Thursday, though, because I'm not working Thursday. So it's just going to make more sense. On that note. All right, guys. Good night. Thanks for being here. Take care.